Hey there, sausages! Jason back again with another Star Wars Revell model. So this one is the Act, which confused me at first, but it's the all-terrain armored cargo transport. So that's why it's called Act. And you can tell just because of this little orange box on the side of it. It's got a slightly different head shape on it too. But anyway, let's get into this and build it. I'm not going to make this take very long at all. This again is one of those Snap-Tite models. Which, a lot like the Star Destroyer and the U-Wing, are fairly simple builds that allow you to have just a little bit of a Star Wars toy without much effort. I'm not a terribly huge fan of these types of models, just because they're not hard. But to tell you the truth, I got these at a discount. So I'm like, why the hell not? And honestly, like after building the Star Destroyer, this one right here seemed the most interesting because I actually really love the AT-ATs. Like I just remember that scene on Empire Strikes Back when they're on Hoth and like those things come over the distance and like they really are quite imposing. And I was watching if you haven't heard of the guy, please check him out, but which I'd be amazed if you hadn't at least seen one of his videos, but Colin Furs, he's a guy that lives in England and has like a crazy like build it sort of channel. Like he's made all sorts of insane stuff, but he built one of these things from scratch. And he's giving it to some Super Star Wars fan, which is awesome. Alright, so, got some pieces. I might put a link to that video at the end of this one, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get started. This side is the first side. We're going to add in our little cargo windows here. Does this slot in? Yeah, okay. It's kind of cool. I wish that there was like troops that you could put in these and like open them up. I guess you probably could if you had like what, the Micro Machines people. Alright, so then it looks like we're going to build a little bit of the undercarriage, which starts with this guy. Wish these pieces weren't all just like gray. I've also had the idea that it would actually be kind of neat to like dirty these up a little bit with a little bit of like detail paints and just like make them look kind of grimy and dirty. Worn with age and battle. Alright, so there's that. And this attaches right here. Click. Okay. And looks like we actually have a joint for the head, which is cool. I'll be excited to see how much this actually moves. Like if it's posable, which I'd be amazed if it was. That'd be pretty damn cool. Okay, this goes over on this side. But I haven't actually been able to go see Rogue One yet, which I'm a little bit sad about, but I've just been way too busy with work and everything, so I'll get there eventually. I'll probably see it by at least Christmas Day. Snap into place. There you go. One act little body. Okay, what's next? Surprisingly, all of these builds that I've done, the Star Destroyer, the U-Wing, and even this, they're all roughly the same amount of pieces. There you go. Guns are posable. One thing that I'm noticing is that with the guns, they only converge when they're like pointing like straight forward. I feel like that wouldn't be effective. There'd have to be more like movement to these things. But that's I don't even know why that's a thought. Okay, so here we've got the cockpit, which is actually kind of neat. Looks like it's actually got like control panels and everything in there. But this is the light and sound unit, which I won't activate just yet. That can wait. Oh, actually, nope. We're using it right now. We're gonna put it right here. All right. So it actually has like full posability of the head. Like I could twist it upside down if I wanted to, but that's awesome. So I'm hoping that these legs are nicely posable too, because if it is, that'll make this one the best out of all of these. So I've got my 4 little feet. So we're gonna build some legs. And it gets... How do these go together? Alright. I just have to make sure that I do the right side facing outwards. Okay, so 1. I don't quite know what this little peg is for. Oh, I think I know. Never mind. I say that, and then, like, almost instantly, I realize I realize the error of my ways. So far, what I've heard about Rogue One is that it's pretty darn good. I watched a video online. It was like a spoiler-free review, which it seems like pretty rare that you can actually find any of those. But the guy said that it was okay. Like, and I don't know if it's just because he's like way more of a super fan, or like he judged it a lot more critically than I ever would. But oh, okay, it was supposed to be good. But I mean, I'd be okay if the movie was okay. But it's got like some really cool set designs from what I can see. Like the battles look really cool, and this is from what I've heard, like the warsiest of the Star Wars movies. Alright, so this goes on here, and then we've got this little piece which acts as a connector. Oh, wow, okay. So these are actually going to be really posable. Too bad you can't have it in that like sort of angled stance that one of the ads on Hoth did. Is like stood there with its legs like sort of spread wide, and it was like angled down, sort of turned and shot out the oncoming snow speeder. What am I even fucking talking about? Alright, so these things go here and here. So even though this moves, it's free to move because this doesn't actually like plug into anything. With this one, I probably could have actually done this without any instructions. Like, it's pretty straightforward. I think the only thing that I would have been worried about is like attaching the leg joints backwards. It's not strong. You have to be careful. You have to give it like a decent amount of force to plug it in, but when you give it that much force, like, I'm afraid that you're gonna actually break it. Right, so it's got some more connectors. So we're just going to attach all the legs now. There you go. Awesome. I'll like set it in like the pose of like a fallen one. It's like, oh god, no. Okay, let's get serious here for just a second, please. Okay, so it stands nice and straight, which is awesome. The fact that the legs actually are posable is great. It's definitely like a cool looking model, and I like that. Alright, so the last thing that we really have to do is try it out. So I've left the little pull tab in place because I didn't want it to make noise unnecessarily. So let's pull that out of there, and let's see what sort of noises it actually makes. That's pretty cool. And then let me just show you exactly like what it's doing here. But it actually lights up. It's not very visible, but then again, like the red highlights there aren't necessarily what I would consider to be like super visible even in the movie themselves. It's just like a little bit of like detail lighting. So I'm not sure if it has two sounds, because all of the other ones appeared to have two sounds included. This one just might be very similar. Like it could be like, it's a combination of the legs plus firing, and it could just be a different pattern of them. But either way, this thing was actually pretty cool. I like it. It's amazingly detailed. Well, not detailed, but posable, which is the word that I actually meant to say. See, I can, and it's got a good balance too. Like I can even pose it with like one of its legs up in the air. Heck, oh, that's great balance. It's even doing tricks. Good boy. Anyway, that's gonna do it for right now. So this is basically the third out of those Snap-Tite models done by Revell that I was able to get a hold of. It seems like those were the only ones available. Hopefully they'll come up with more stuff like this in the future. Yes, I know Snap-Tite is not necessarily that exciting, but it was fun nonetheless. It was about a 10-minute build, and probably a lot quicker if you're not just chatting while you're doing it. But no, it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll post a link to one of the other videos up in the corner here. Probably like the Star Destroyer, and probably even like the U-Wing too. But we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.